Good evening. My name is Chris. I'm one of 3 managers of Fat Guy Fantasy Football, and I'm presenting you the weekly rundown of picks, some hot spots, some players, and do's and don'ts for this coming week. We'll provide this for you on a weekly basis, and we'll be doing it by divisions, and soon we'll be having some of the items that we'd like you to be picking up at your local eateries sitting here with us. So starting with tonight's game, we have the Giants at home versus Dallas. I'm picking the Giants. I believe that their defensive line and a weak secondary, even though they're talented with Dallas, I think that the Giants are going to just manhandle them. Defensive line is going to be too much. Chicago versus Indy, I'm going to go with Chicago. I think that there's too many weapons on Chicago, and I think this is basically Luck's first game, and he has to get acclimated to the speed. The next game at 1 o'clock is Philadelphia at Cleveland. I don't even need to say anything. Way too many weapons in Philly. Cleveland has no clue what they're doing yet. New England at Tennessee. New England has a weak defense, but their offense is too much. No run, all pass. Look for some of these receivers and tight end in New England. For Atlanta against Kansas City, Atlanta has too much offense, and I believe that Castle is going to be below average. Jacksonville versus Minnesota. This is a terrible game. MJD is going to get a few carries, and Rashad Jennings will probably be doing the rest of the load, but they're terrible. Their quarterback in their second year is not going to be ready. Washington at New Orleans. Even though all the drama New Orleans has gone through, I believe that their quarterback is their second coach. Anything that the coach would have done is going to be done by Breeze. Buffalo and the New York Jets. The Jets are unorganized. And I think that Buffalo is a surprise team. I know everyone's hyping them up this year, but I really believe those 2 running backs they have, Fitzpatrick's going to be fine, Stevie Johnson. I just think that they're going to get it done this year and possibly, be just below the Pats in the division. St. Louis at Detroit. Detroit rolls. That's that. Miami at Houston. Houston rolls. In fact, folks, those are my 2 picks of the week for the Suicides. I believe that Detroit and Houston are the way to go. Okay, for the 4:15 games, San Fran at Green Bay. That's the game of the week. Super talented, great game, defense against a high-potent offense. I'm going with Green Bay. Seattle at Arizona. This is a stinker, but Seattle wins. Carolina at Tampa Bay. Cam Newton is too much for the rookie coach at Tampa Bay, and that's the way that's going to go. Now the Sunday night game, we have Pitt at Denver. It's going to be a battle. It's probably the second best game of the week in my mind, but Pitt is going to win with defense. I believe that even though Peyton Manning is going to show a resemblance of himself from the past, Pitt's going to be too much defense. They have playmakers there. Okay, for the 2 Monday night games, we have Cincy at Baltimore. I think that A.J. Green, he's going to be the factor, and I think that Baltimore's D is going to be too old. Rivers will be the highlight at the San Diego versus Oakland game, and he's going to show why he's a top 5 quarterback. Now, just real quick, I just want to point out these players. For this week, I want you to look at Cutler, McCoy, B. Lloyd, Jay Jones, Percy Harvin, Fred Jackson, Titus Young, Andre Johnson, the Texans defense, Jordy Nilsson, Cam Newton, the Pittsburgh's defense, A.J. Green, and Phillip Rivers to be the factors for this week. I don't have any don'ts this week. It's the first week. I believe that it takes at least 3 or 4 weeks to see what the trends are for these teams. So I basically wanted to let you know that this is the details that we're going to have. I'd like to thank you very much for watching this video, and I'd like to hear some comments, questions. Put your 2 cents in. Please contact us with all information about your picks and your local eateries. Thank you very much. Have a good week.